All right, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. So we're gonna be going against Wrecking Crew, as you can see. I know Wrecking Crew doesn't get a lot of love, so we're gonna go ahead and express that love by thwarting everything with a Justice War Machine deck. Down below is the deck on Marvel CDB. So let's just hop into it. So let's go over the War Machine stuff first, just because there's a lot of stuff to cover with Wrecking Crew. So we have James Rode here. He's 3 recoveries, 6 hand size, 10 health. So not the most health. As an action, you can choose a War Machine card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. After you change to this form, discard all ammo counters from your identity. And then as War Machine, we're a 1/2/2. And then locked and loaded as a response, when you change to this form, place 5 ammo counters on War Machine. Alright. We are going to be doing Wrecking Crew. So we've got the main scheme here, which is Breakout. If this stage is completed, we lose the game. It starts with 0 and it goes up to 6. Force responses. After step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 threat on each scheme. Move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat. If there's a tie, the first player chooses. I didn't even do this side. Setup is put all the side schemes into play and place the active counter on the wrecker. So the active counter will go on the wrecker, which will be there. And then all the side schemes get clear the road. Starts off with 4. This can't leave play while bulldozer's in play. After threat is placed here, if there's 10 or more threat, each player must discard the top 10 cards of their deck, remove all threat but 3 from the scheme. And then bulldozer, he's 12 health, 1/3. When bulldozer scheme is placed a threat on here, instead they all have that, so they're adding threat to their own scheme. And then force interrupt, when bulldozer attacks, it gains overkill. We have pile it on. After 10 threats moved here, each player discards the upgrade or support they control at the highest cost, and remove all but 3. He's a 2/2 and has Retaliate. We have Thunderstruck for Thunderball. After 10 is removed here, stun each friendly character, remove 3, all but 3, and then Thunderball is a 3/1, 13 health. After he deals damage to you, after he attacks you, deal 1 damage to each character you control. So he just attacks. And then we finally have Day of Reckoning with the Wrecker. If there are 10 threat on here, deal 2 damage to each friendly character and remove all but 3. And then Wrecker is a 2/2. When Wrecker is attacking, it's +2 if it's undefended. So we're going to start off by placing this here. Let's put our threat here. So we've got 3 threat on this one, 4 threat on this one, 5 threat on this one, and 6 threat on this one. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see. We got clear the area. I love clear the area. A lot of 4 justice. We really got no War Machine cards. Interesting. I'm gonna keep clear the area for sure. I want the card draw, so I need a science card, which I don't have any. We'll keep a 4 justice just in case. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we got. Alright, so do I have an event in there? I sure do. Let's discard upgraded chassis for and vigilante training for surveillance team. Surveillance team comes in, use 3 snoop counters, enters play with 3 counters. When they're gone, discard this card. Exhaust surveillance team and remove 1 snoop counter from it to remove 1 threat from a scheme. We are going to use James Rhodes' ability to shuffle a War Machine card back into our deck. Now I goofed that up because I shouldn't have discarded this. I'll discard Field Agent instead. I goofed that up. We're going to flip. We're going to give ourselves the 5 ammo counters. We're going to exhaust this and take 1 threat off of here. We're going to discard Vigilante training for clear the area. Remove 2 threat. Oh, I guess it didn't have to be a science resource, so it doesn't matter. Remove 2 threat from a scheme and remove. If it removes the last threat from that scheme, draw a card. I got them confused. Oh, Let's do clear the area again. Discard that, and we'll knock this down to 4. And then, since we can attack, let's attack for 2 onto him. Alright, drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we're going to add 1 threat here. Everything gets a threat. You get a threat, and you get a threat. And then it says, after step 1 of the threat, move the active counter to the villain who has the highest threat, which would be him. He's going to hit for 1. We're going to take the damage. What do I even have? Okay, here. I need these upgrades to start coming out. We're going to take the damage, and then after he attacks you, we're going to damage each character we control. So he's going to do 1 damage. If the attack is undefended, discard an upgrade you control. Well, I don't have an upgrade. So we're going to basically take 2 damage. We have an encounter card here. Lightning Blast. Thunderball attacks you. If this attack is undefended, place 3 threat on Thunderball scheme. Ooh. I'm going to defend it. So he does 1. Move the active counter to the villain with the least threat on his side scheme that villain schemes. He's going to do 1, and then he attacks you. He deals 1 damage to each character control, so we take the damage. He's going to scheme for 2. Move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Okay. Which is himself. So he's just going to do 2 on here. Okay, that was a lot of stuff going on. Alright, so let's do the Snoop. Oh, I kind of like this. Do 3 damage to everybody. So yes, let's discard these 3 for Scorched Earth. Remove 3 ammo counters from War Machine. Deal 3 damage to each enemy in play. And it's not an attack, so we're not going to have the retaliate hit. Okay, this is fine. Let's ready. Or let's end our turn. Oh, that's active counter. Okay. Don't have a lot of stuff happening here. It's going to move to the villain with the most threat. I'm going to go back to Thunderball. He's going to attack for 1, 2. We're going to take 3 total. I think he's at 4. Encounter card. Escape Convict, that's Surge. So he's going to come into play. Energy projectiles. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, what do we have here? Can I clear somebody off? I want this to come out. I kind of need to flip down. I kind of need to remove some threat. So let's go ahead and get rid of this to remove this threat from here. I'm going to discard these 2 for Gatling Gun. So Gatling Gun is going to be an upgrade that says exhaust Gatling Gun to generate a wild resource for War Machine event and place 1 ammo counter on War Machine. We're going to do that and then basically use it for Repulsor Ray. So we're going to use it to generate the resource for Repulsor Ray, or Repulsor Beam, and remove that ammo counter for it to deal 4 damage to an enemy. And I'm going to deal 4 damage to him. We're going to attack. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I want to attack? The active counter, I can move it to him because they'll have the most next round. Yeah, let's hit Wrecker. We'll attack Wrecker. Or do I want to flip down and recover? I cover 4, right? 3. Yeah, let's flip and recover. So we'll go up to 6 health. And then let's use our ability to re-put in Scorched Earth back into our deck. This gets discarded, by the way. And then we'll draw up to 6, or draw 5 to get up to 6. Okay. All right. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This gets moved to the villain with the most. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, 4. So this goes up to 11. And then we're going to discard top 3 cards of our deck. Top 10 cards of our deck. So that all gets discarded. This goes down to 3. And then we're doing a counter card here, which is going to be Bull Rush. Alter Ego, he schemes, discard the top card of your deck for each threat placed on this activation. So he's going to scheme for 1. Move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If you are in hero form, that villain attacks you, and that card does not get a boost card. So he's going to act 1 to it. We're going to discard a card. And then who has the least threat? Well, he has the least threat. So there's that. Okay. All right. Do I want to spend this turn recovering? Oh, but I have Scorched Earth, which is awesome. Yeah, let's not recover this turn. Let's do our ability to add a card back into our deck, and we'll add in Repulsor Beam. We're going to flip, get our ammo counters. We're going to discard Downtime and Genius for Scorched Earth again. Remove 3 ammo counters, do 3 damage to each enemy. He's gone. 3 to him puts him at 6 damage. 3 puts him at 6. 6. And 3 damage puts him at 12. He's almost just gone. Let's discard Surveillance Team. Oh, no. Sorry. Let's generate the resource and add the ammo counter for Targeted Strike. Remove 3 threat... remove 1 ammo counter from him and remove 3 threat from the scheme. 3 threat from the scheme. He'll have the most. So I'm okay with him being the 1. So we'll move 3 threat from there. And then let's swing for 2 to take out Wrecker. Now he's just gone, right? Yeah, that's 14 damage. So he's gone. He's just gone. So his deck, he's out of here. Is that all I can do? I think that's all I can do. Okay, that's fine. Add a threat, add a threat, add a threat, add a threat. This just moves the guy with the most. He's going to hit for 1, 2, 3. We're going to take 4 damage total because of his ability there. And then we're going to counter card here, which is going to be Corrupt Prison Guard. He's got guard. He comes in with 2 attack. Okay. Let's go ahead and exhaust this for Repulsor Beam. So we're going to remove the counter we added to deal 4 damage. He's gone. I'm going to have to flip. I don't have 4 ammo counters. Let's discard these 2 for Shoulder Cannon. So it says exhaust Shoulder Cannon, deal 1 damage to an enemy. You may move 1 ammo counter from Shoulder Cannon to Ready Shoulder Cannon. So we're going to activate Shoulder Cannon, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then remove a counter to unexhaust it and then do it again. I want to thwart one from here. We're going to flip. I'm going to add back in Scorched Earth. And then we're going to draw up, which I have 5 cards, so we're just going to take all those cards. There's all my cards. And we're going to take an encounter card. I guess based on the active villain. But I don't think it's going to play it while it's not active. And it won't be active because I'm going to move it over to Pile Driver. Okay, so 1, 1, 1, 1. This gets moved over to him. This is there. He's in a scheme for 2. You're confused. Then we're going to flip over the encounter card. Pummel, Alter Ego. He schemes if Pod Driver is tough, he gets +2 scheme for his activation. So he's going to scheme for 2, 3. That's going to pop this off. So 3, we'll put it at 12. Then remove all but 3 threat. And then when this happens, each player discards an upgrade. Wait, upgrade or support at the highest cost. We're going to discard that one. Okay. We're going to use our ability to shuffle this back in. Munitions bunker. It's the way to go here. Okay. Let's recover. I'm probably going to... Oh, I have 2 Scorched Earths. Let's discard full auto and surveillance team for munitions bunker. Now, we exhaust munitions bunker to place 2 ammo counters here as an alter ego action, and then as a hero action, we can move. We can exhaust it to move all the counters from to War Machine. So we're gonna exhaust it to get the 2 counters. And I'm actually gonna keep this and move on. Okay. We're gonna add threat, 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 and threat. This gets moved over to him. He's gonna scheme for 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna move all but 1 or all but 3, and then we're gonna get stunned. That's fine. And then we have 2 encounter cards. So encounter card number 1, Lightning Blast. If you're an alter ego, place 3 threat on each side. Place 3 threat on the side scheme with the most threat, which is gonna be this one, which is gonna put it to 10, which is gonna make us discard 10 cards from our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, those are discarded. Second encounter card. Get Wrecked. The villain whose side scheme has the most threat schemes. Which is going to be him. He's going to scheme for 2. Boost. Move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme with the least threat. If you are a hero form, that hero to attack. Okay, so he's going to do 2 on here, and then the one that has the least threat is going to be him. I'm going to leave it on him. Alright, so let's go ahead and heal to 8. We're going to do munition bunker again to give us 2 more counters. We're going to flip. And then add the 5 counters here. We are going to discard Genius for another Gatling gun. Oh, I want Scorched Earth to come off, but I've got this problem here. So let's do this. We're going to discard Clear the Arrow for Repulsor Beam, and we're going to knock off the stun with it, and then we're going to do this and this, and discard Scorched Earth. We're going to get 2 ammo counters, and then do Scorched Earth to remove 3 ammo counters, do 3 damage to every enemy. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 2, 4. That's 4. That's 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's got 3 health. I'm sorry, 4 health. 3 health. 3 health. 2 health. 2 health. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Alright, add a threat. 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 This moves over. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to take the hit. So 2. Move the active counter to the villain with the least threat that villain schemes. So we're going to take 2 damage. It's going to go over to him. He's going to scheme for 1. Just 1. And then we're going to do an encounter card. Choose to either discard an upgrade you control or 1 threat on the active villain's side scheme for each upgrade you control. I'm going to give him the 3. It says upgrades, right? Yeah, so I'm going to give him the 2 scheme, 2 threat. That's fine because we're going to end up winning this game. Okay. So let's exhaust munitions bunker to put these onto War Machine. Let's see, what do we have here? Exhaust weapon launch to remove 1 ammo cannon and deal 2 damage to an enemy it has ranged. Let's discard field agent for missile launcher. I like this. So missile launcher comes in. Exhaust missile launcher and remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to deal 2 damage to an enemy and it has ranged. So we're going to do that. Remove the ammo counter. It's going to do 2 damage to an enemy. Let's just get rid of this. So he's gone. Because that's going to be 11. He's dead. Then I have 2 damage I can do to somebody. Which would take him out. So let's exhaust and do 2 damage. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, so he's gone. I wish I could Iron Man out because then we can just probably wrap this game up. But alas, we cannot. So let's discard those. No, let's discard that. And we'll draw up 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're going to add threat. We're going to add threat. He's going to attack us for 3. We're going to block it. So 3, 4, 5. We're going to take 3 of the damage. And then we have an encounter card here. Discard cards on top of your deck where X is equal to the attack. Place 1 threat on the side scheme for each card, different kind of card discarded this way. So we're going to discard 3 cards. And we've discarded a support, an event, and a resource. So we're going to add 3 threat here, which is going to pop this. It's going to flip over. We're going to discard 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those all get discarded. We get an additional counter card, but we're going to win the next turn anyway, so it doesn't matter. At least we should. Maybe not. Okay. Let's do this. Let's, just for fun, funsies. Now we can only do 2 damage to him, and he's got 3 health. So let's discard Homeland Intervention for Field Agent. It comes with 3 backup counters when a shield ally would take any amount of damage, consequence damage, exhaust Field Agent to remove 1 backup counter and prevent 1 damage. We are going to play Homeland Intervention. So it says exhaust up to 3 cards you can shield cards you control to remove 2 threat for each card done that way. We're going to do Missile Launcher, so we're going to get rid of that to... Oh, wait, is that a thwart card? No, it's not a thwart card. Okay, so we don't... To do 2 damage. He's currently at 11. And I'm going to go ahead and flip. I know that's kind of a waste. All these are going to go away, but that's okay. We're going to flip. And then I'm going to add... I don't have a shield card in my discard pile. I'm going to discard these, and we're going to draw up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're totally good. Okay, so there's an encounter card from that. We're going to add threat. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. And then the 2 encounter cards. And the first encounter card is going to be attached to Bulldozer. When Bulldozer attacks you, you must defend against his attacks. And then force response after he attacks, discard a card. And he gets 2. Oh, gosh. Discard this card. And then we've got Buddy System. When revealed, choose a villain whose side scheme has the least amount of threat. Reveal top card of his deck. 2 instead if he's the only villain in play. So we're going to reveal the top 2 cards here. So 1, held hostage. Attached to the active villain's scheme. Threat cannot be removed by scheme from thwarting the villain correspondent to as a hero action. Yeah, okay. So we're going to attach that there. And then Headbutt. Discard 1 card from your hand at random. If you are in hero form, take damage equal to that. If you're in alter ego form, place threat on there equal to that card's printed cost. We're going to pick that one. So 3 threat gets added. Which is going to pop that. And we're going to discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okie dokie. All right. You know what? Let's just flip. And we're going to exhaust 2 Gatling guns for full auto to remove 4 counters. We would have had 2 counters from adding these to deal 8 damage to an enemy. He's dead. All right. Wrecking Crew has been wrecked. Now, I will say this playthrough did not really, based on how we're doing it, this playthrough didn't really get to showcase like this deck, because this deck is really cool. It's a deck by Villain Theory, but it basically just lets you just get a bunch of counters because of like you've got Agent 13. It says after she attacks with thwarts, choose a shield support and ready it, and you can just keep readying this and adding counters to it, and then flipping him over and then adding all the counters. There was stuff with like Monica. I mean, there's a lot of shield cards, right? So we could use Field Agent to save them from taking damage. We're exhausting stuff for Homeland Intervention with these. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happens with shield cards in this deck. So this deck actually does a lot of really cool stuff. But this was not the best showcase for it. But I kind of want to get the Wrecking Crew game out of the way. Because I was using a Thwart deck or a Justice deck, it would have been useful. So that's going to be it. Hopefully I played everything right. They're kind of tricky. You can definitely tell that the idea for having multiple villains wasn't as fleshed out as is in the newer sets, but you know, it is what it is. That's just how it ends up being. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.